Oh, my stupid fucking mom. Making me get a job because League of Legends isn't a real job. I'll show her. I have like 1,346 like hours on it. And on bronze too. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. But I mean, I guess with this money, you know, I can get more league skins. It'd be kind of cool. So, I mean, it seems pretty easy. Just look around the cameras, and that's about it. Oh. Somebody left a video playing on the monitor. I wonder what it is.
Hey guys, welcome back to another full-baked gaming video. Yeah, sorry. I don't know what happened to my voice there. And before I continue with the review, I just want to say very quick, please subscribe. I want to make more like high-end reviews like this where, you know, I put a lot more effort into it and try and like tell a story while also giving a review. So, and I put a lot of effort into this. This has been in the works since January. It is fucking November, okay? Please subscribe if you'd like to see more like this, because I have more on the way and I want to make more. So if you like this kind of content, please subscribe. Okay, back to the video. I've seen a lot of discourse on Five Nights at Freddy's as of late, saying that the games are not scary or just not fun. And a lot of those people that are claiming how the franchise is going and how it should be often bring up the original 5 games, being an example of what Five Nights at Freddy's should be and what a good Five Nights at Freddy's game is. So today I wanted to see if they still hold up and are genuinely good examples of what Five Nights at Freddy's should be as a horror franchise. Starting with FNaF 1. Throughout my playthrough of this game, even after playing it however many times I have since it came out back in 2014, I still feel that exact same fear that I did back when I was a kid. The ambiance in this game is just amazing. It looks like a genuine place you would go to as a kid. And this even extends to the animatronics. In the trailers for the game, and even in some posters scattered around the building, you can see what the animatronics look like during the day. They don't look too creepy. They fit that original look of the classic Chuck E. Cheese animatronics. But looking at the animatronics in the dark, they're terrifying. Their poses in the cameras are static and makes it seem like they're statues being moved around that are just slowly getting closer and closer. And seeing Bonnie or Chica standing in that doorway or window, seeing how huge they are, it just adds to that fear. Like, you know, in Foxy, when he slowly creeps out of his cove step by step, seeing that he's suddenly gone always gets me racing from flipping my camera down to going to the door. And with Freddy, I feel like to an extent Scott knew that he wasn't entirely scary in the dark. So he had him in the shadows instead of the center of attention, which gives him that scavenger hunt-esque feel where you don't know where he is, so you go frantically searching through the cameras, but you missed him 2 cameras ago because he was hiding in the darkness. It was a brilliant way to make him feel unique from the others and scary in his own way. The gameplay here, while not revolutionary, started an entire genre. It's a point-and-click sit-and-survive game, and because of that, the game was going to feel a bit boring to play at times. But I believe Scott knew that. So what he did was add these sound effects in the background to scare the player into thinking that something was happening. So the player would frantically look through the cameras, which gave the players time to learn the layout and what the cameras should normally look like. And by the time the player had calmed down and realized it was just the ambiance, the animatronics would begin to start moving, effectively removing that boring part of the game by psyching the player out. It's minimal, but extremely effective. And while this gameplay loop is thought out pretty well, there is obviously still room for improvement. It is the first game in an entire franchise. But for a first attempt, I think it was amazing. I would say this game does the horror aspect extremely well when it comes to the animatronics, ambiance, and jump scares, while also having a good base for the gameplay. So for the first FNaF game, I'd give it a 9 out of 10 on ambiance, 8 out of 10 in gameplay, horror would be an 8 out of 10, and for the overall score, I would give it a...
Hey, I was just getting interested in that. What the fuck? What's that noise? Who the fuck is...
Time for a high-man question. What is the best character design in FNaF 1? The answer might shock you. It's Ralph Phone Guy.
Who the fuck is Ralph? I think Chica's a much better character. Her poses are a lot more unsettling and he's kind of scary. I almost said sexy.
Shut the fuck up! Ralph is awesome. He explains the setting and mechanics while fitting very well into the game. He's awesome.
Anyway, get the fuck out! Time to get back to this video.
Overall, I think this game is a 9 out of 10. It is done very well, especially for Scott's first ever attempt at a horror game. But anyway, that's all for today's episode, so make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, or else I will murder you.
Well, that video sucked. Somebody there? Oh, fuck! I don't think I was meant to do that.
I will fuck the shit out of that robot, man. I'm not even...
Well, the company said this one should be a lot safer, where I won't shoot an animatronic's head off. These guys won't hurt me.
Tesla, you know you're not
Okay.
supposed to be watching
Anyway.
scary games
Oh.
at night.
Looks like they gave me a tablet here to jack off on. Oh. That same guy again.
This is on you guys, man.
Videos suck.
They don't have any fun.
I don't know why the same guy is commentating on a game that looks exactly like the place I'm working at. I guess I'll give it another watch, not like I have anything to do for the next 6 hours.
FNaF 2 came out only 3 months after FNaF 1 because of FNAF's quick rise to fame. And you think that a sequel that came out so fast would be pretty bad, but in this case it's the opposite. The game stands on its own 2 legs without having to write off the fact that it's the FNaF sequel. The gameplay from start to finish is super fun and always had me coming back time and time again for a new playthrough, with constant things to do like checking the hall, watching where the toys are, putting the mask on in case of the wizards, and winding the puppet's music box. There is constantly something for the player to do. You're never just sitting there waiting idly. And it keeps you engaged and entertained the whole time. However, because of how engaging and fun the gameplay is, it doesn't give you much time to take in the scenery and the ambience, causing the horror aspect of the game to suffer quite a bit. The ambience is extremely lacking. It doesn't elevate the horror at all. You know, this place is pretty clean, and while there are like some wires here and there, overall it doesn't seem like a scary place. And the animatronics positions, they still are static, but they don't feel as scary or imposing because they're not either right up in your face. There are a few where they're right in your face, but most of the time you're kind of looking down on them, and it just kind of takes away from that like fear. But the ambience is pretty decent a few times. There are a few cameras where they are unnerving, like the parts in the service room, but overall it didn't feel scary.
There's somebody in the hallway?
Hello.
What the hell?
Time for another Batman question! What is the most interesting animatronic type in FNaF? I think the fun times are the best animatronic.
What the fuck are the fun times, dude?
You know, night fun time angle.
Whatever, bro. Just get out of here. Let me get back to my video in peace, bro. Thank you.
Scott did, however, find a way to make the jump scares scary by having the animatronics attack you once you put the camera up, making you think that you were safe when you put the mask on because they went away, just to come back out of nowhere after you already let your guard down and then you get jump scared. But even though Scott did this to elevate the horror and make it at least as scary as he could, it still isn't that scary. You know, most of the designs aren't creepy. The toys are extremely friendly and have no fear factor. Whether Freddy, Foxy, and Chica are just okay. I mean, the only two animatronics that I would say are slightly scary in design are Withered Bonnie and the puppet. I'd give it about a 6 out of 10 on the horror, a 4 out of 10 on the ambience, and then a 9 out of 10 on gameplay, with a 7 out of 10 overall. It's not frightening, but it's still an entertaining and solid sequel to the series.
It's finally 6 a.m. I can finally get the fuck out of here. Come back tomorrow. Finally get a fucking paycheck. Time to check my messages. What the fuck do they mean I'm fired? Company said, "So my last chance. There's no animatronics wandering the building for me to destroy, so everything should be okay." No way. This guy again? Well, I have nothing else to do but watch the video, so.
I hate this game. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. The gameplay mechanics become annoying rather than challenging. The jump scares are lacking. The horror is extremely lagging. The ambiance is okay. And the first night isn't even a first night because you sit there while nothing happens. I understand that the first night was meant to be a tutorial night, so you could understand the mechanics of the game, but every other game in the series would give you the first hour or two to learn the mechanics before having the animatronics start making their way towards you. So they already gave you that time for, to take everything in. I understand that FNaF 3 has a more complex system and loop than FNaF 1 and 2, but dedicating an entire night to it was not a good idea. It makes the player sit there and do nothing for however long a night lasts. I'm not looking it up, that's too much work. And it was just not a good idea. It should have been like how every other game was, where at around 3 a.m. an animatronic would start moving. But in this game, you just get that entire night, and it's just boring. There's no other way to say it. And then the gameplay is, while having more advanced mechanics, still very simple. You hit the audio lure and lure Springtrap over, and you just rinse and repeat that until something breaks. Then you go repair it and then come back with the occasional closing of event. You can just tell that this game was made with story first, gameplay second. The two positive things I can really say about this game are that the ambiance is slightly better than FNaF 2, and the Balloon Boy's jump scare is sometimes scary, because it can happen at any time while on the cameras, catching the player off guard. But other than that, this game was just one of the worst FNAF games I have played. Like, I've had more fun playing Sister Location. Hell, even Security Breach was more fun. Mainly because of the glitches, but this game still feels like an arcade visual novel with an annoying night section in the middle. Having most of the story being given to us through the Atari scenes after each night, and then having an annoying gameplay loop right after. Even the Phantoms don't really even feel like a threat. As I said before, Phantom Balloon Boy does feel like a good threat, but all the other ones just feel like they're there to be annoying, or you don't even notice they're there. In my own playthrough of the game for this video, not once did I encounter Phantom Puppet, Phantom Mangle, Phantom Chica. I think I only encountered Balloon Boy, Freddy, and Foxy. At least FNAF 1, the animatronics all felt like threats and were worth a damn. They all had their own role to play. And it made the gameplay loop fun. But the Phantoms just feel like they're there to pause the gameplay, to stop you from having any fun and being immersed. And it becomes extremely annoying the further and further you get into the game. And the amazing addition of camera, audio, and ventilation errors, that also is just another thing that pauses the game and takes you out of the immersion. I get it was used to make you feel tense and think, ooh, am I gonna make it in time? But it fails horribly. Scott could have gone about it in a whole other way, but instead what we got is, oh my god, this again? I hope I don't just die while I sit here. Like, it felt more like luck than actual skill if you would make it to see the cameras again before you finished repairing what you needed to repair. And I don't really have any other word to sum it up than it's just annoying. And for one of the best designed animatronics in the series, why would you give him the lamest jump scares of all time? That is just criminal. Like, how did Dead by Daylight do it better? Well, not that much better. I mean, anything is better than Springtrap's jump scares, so oh well. The ambiance is about a 5 out of 10, the horror is a 2 out of 10, and the gameplay is a 1 out of 10. Overall, I'd give it a 3 out of 10. It's just one of the worst FNAF games.
What a dick! Surely the game can't be that bad. Like, sure, it's had its hiccups and it's not the best game. I'm sure overall it's still a pretty solid game. What the hell?
Is William Afton a good villain for the FNAF games?
Who the fuck is William Afton?
What the fuck? I fucking knew it! I knew he was black!
Where the hell am I? Whose bed is this? What? No. No. How? That's a toy monitor. How is it playing on a toy monitor? It's the same fucking guy. And it's about the bedroom I'm in. What the fuck?
FNAF 4 was supposed to be the final chapter for the series after Scott made his flop of a game. And, you know, unlike FNAF 3, he decided to lean into the horror aspect of the series instead of trying to make it all about the story. And I think he executed it pretty well. I've seen a lot of people say, as like a main point of criticism, is it's only scary because it makes you listen closely to the sound, so when there's something loud, it scares you. Yeah, that's the point of the game. That's the selling point of the game. You know, that is a way to make people scared. That's like saying, oh, I only got scared from the game because of the jump scares from FNAF 1. Yeah. That's what it's meant to do. That's like saying Raising Cane's is only good because of their cane sauce. Like, it's the centerpiece. Everything was built around it. The whole selling point. He had a concept for the gameplay that was already scary, and he built around it. He added amazing ambiance, sound, and visuals, and topped it off with some over-the-top models of the original 4 animatronics. This guy even made the gameplay loop fun and engaging, unlike Five Nights at Freddy's 3, where shit just happens, and not much you could do about it. In this game, you are rewarded based on your skill, like Foxy. If you can flash the light at him in the halls, he gets stunned and will enter your room. Eventually, he will probably get into your room, but you can worry about one less threat if you can manage him for that long amount of time. Or with Plush Trap, that entire minigame. You don't lose anything if you fail it, but you gain if you succeed. You get to start at 2 a.m. rather than 12, making it feel like this big bonus and reward for being good at the game. And on top of all of that, the gameplay is just extremely fun with the concept of having to listen behind the door to see if anybody's there. I think this game just set out to make FNaF scary again, and it succeeded. I'd give it an ambience rating of a 9 out of 10, a horror rating of 9 out of 10, and a gameplay rating of 10 out of 10, with a overall rating of 10 out of 10. I don't think this is one of the best games to grace the earth, nor is it a perfect game, even in FNaF standards, but still, for FNaF, comparing it to every other game, this is one of, if not the best games they have to offer. The horror and gameplay they just can't be beat. It rivals FNaF 1. It has fun gameplay like FNaF 2. It just does everything better than FNaF 3. It is the best out of the original 4. It obviously could still have some improvements. No game is perfect, but it's set out to be a good horror game, and I think it accomplishes that, and then some.
Wow, that seems like a pretty good game that everybody should play. Play it. It's like $5. What? How the hell do you keep doing this? You just keep materializing out of thin air.
What was your favorite mystery that came from FNaF 4?
Who are you pointing at?
You know too much.
Whoa. Hey, bro, let's calm down. Let's calm down. Ooh! Is this heaven? No, it can't be. There's no oiled up Latinos here. Whose voice is that?
In conclusion, Five Nights at Freddy's 3 sucks.
Oh, god fucking damn!
I'm just gonna start it now, so do what you want.
Fuck, man!
What the hell?
What the hell? What the hell? Oh my god. No way.
Go sit in the fucking chair.
Trying to see, if I'm leaning too far out. Yeah.
Sound like you broke something, bud.
Big bag, big bag. That Domino's is running through me, bro. It's already added to my pounds.
Oh no. A bit better. Try like moving around a lot, I guess. Get spooked. Even your hands.
Yeah.
Documentary?
I'm a squirrel. Squirrel!
I like squirrels.
How do you do this? How do you keep doing this? You're just appearing out of fucking thin air. Who's William Afton? Wrong one. That was FNaF 3. Hey, Mom. killed Dad. He uninstalled Genshin! What did you want from me? You gave me no choice. What do you mean I had a choice? He uninstalled Genshin! He had to die, Mom. He had to die. And if you're backing him, I'm gonna break out of this fucking prison and I'm gonna kill you too.
Insane. Alright, come on. Go.
Squaw! Squaw! I need Tyrone, man. Where's he been?
He's dead.
Nobody was supposed to know about that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So abusive, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And after I told her, I have an announcement to make. I spent all our money on Genshin Impact. $600. All for one waifu. Now, you might be wondering, why did I do it? Because it's Genshin Impact. I mean, my wife told me no, but I said yes. She kept telling me no, and I said yes. So I did it. Now I get no bitches. And I'm living on the streets. Fuck! That's my wife, guys. She made me Hot Pockets while I played fucking League of Legends.
I'm ready whenever you are, Freddy. Why? Why?
I don't know.
There we go.
Chicken Jackie. Chicken Jackie.
Shut the fuck up.
Recording?
Yes.
Oh, my bad.
You're a bit. Go.
Alright. We're good.